going to share this on X so we can, one more. Okay, now I'm live. So I looked up the D23 schedule and let me explain. Friday, August 9th, Disney Entertainment Showcase is going to have probably something to show off with the Skeleton Crew. I don't foresee any other announcements. Maybe something about Mando and Grogu. Hopefully, we'll have the showrunner and the writer come. Was it? Where are the, and Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. So there's that. You know, I don't know what else they're going to announce, but there could be something Major League announced. And the rest of it is pretty meh. You know, and weird, if you remember, that Daniel Logan, I think, had, yeah, I think so too. Cross. Here's something interesting. So if you're on Instagram and you follow around and you Frank Marshall has an Instagram account, and right now they're in the middle of principal photography for the Jurassic Park 5 movie. But he's been in Paris at the Olympics. Okay, so you kind of go, is she with him? I think she probably is. All right, you know, I don't know why, but I do. Anyway, so there's that. And I think we're probably going to see Favreau and Filoni come out and talk about Skeleton Crew and maybe Mando and Grogu and maybe Heir to the Empire and something else, who knows. No word on Gina Carano's lawsuit, but we can have hope. What else is going on? Yeah, so the only thing, so there would be Disney Entertainment Showcase, and that would be 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. So let's see, that's about 10 o'clock p.m. our time. Okay. So, you know, who knows what they're going to announce. Then if you go to Sunday, we're going to have Disney Legends Awards ceremony. Harrison Ford, John Williams, and I can't remember who else will be honored. So there's that. Other than that, I mean, and the Daniel Logan thing, they've traded him out for Manny Jacinto. So, you know, you kind of go, really? Okay. So there's that. I have to admit, it's going to be very interesting to see what they announce. I don't see anything on the schedule that makes me kind of fear that something ugly is going to be announced, like the Ray movie, or, you know, the Lando TV show is done. You know, even with Donald Glover saying he was still working on it, you kind of look at it and go, what? Because literally a couple days later, the Hollywood Reporter ran with the article that it wasn't happening. And it sounds to me like that was something, because you guys know, Hollywood Reporter is Disney's seventh floor's voice. So they might have said, run with that, just run with that. you know. And really, we've learned that these so-called creatives that aren't talk about projects that they're not working on like they're happening. Okay, I mean, so anyway, there you go. What else? That's it. I mean, I don't know why they brought Manny Jacinto in instead of Daniel Logan. You kind of wonder if it's because of the way he was treated by Leslie Headland's friend. Could have been. What else is going on? So there's that. So Friday night, honestly, I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay up that long. All right. Unless it's 7 o'clock Eastern, which I will be there. It doesn't say. It could be 7 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock. 7 to 9, I don't know, which I could watch the whole thing then, if it's televised. Anyway, so what else is going on? Okay, the Disney earnings call. All right. Wednesday morning at 8:30. I will be up. I might be presentable enough to have coffee and hang out with you, and we can all listen to it until we get bored. I don't expect a lot. I don't expect him, as usual, I don't expect Iger to make any, major announcements, like we've reached a settlement with Gina Carano, and why would he do it there? I don't understand why we oh, I am, even though the world's going to shit right now. I am mad. I don't understand, why he would announce it there, but that could happen, or change of leadership at Lucasfilm. I mean, those are the things we hope for that'll never be announced. But, you listen to it because you want to know what the seventh floor is really feeling at Disney. Here's the deal. I don't know. Well, yeah, who cares, Kim? I don't care about that. I mean, that's not going to make people want to watch it. And really, that's an ad they paid for, whatever. Let me go back to what I was saying. Stock market crashed today. Badly. Okay. Are we on the brink of a recession? I don't know. We've got, Israel taking out two the Hamas leaders, and now Iran is, trying to flex on them, and it's like, what the fuck is, and our president is being fed applesauce through a straw in Delaware, and they're hiding Kamala Harris because she can't talk. So that's the world right now, and it's really it's kind of scary. Okay, it's kind of scary, and we don't know what Wednesday morning is going to bring. We don't know where Iger's going to be. Let's see where the stocks are right now. Where is that? So the stock market, it lost $1.9 trillion. It's negative 88467. The stock, look, I'm going to explain something to you because I talked to my husband about this. And I did the research too. That, considering where the stock market is and how, like where it has been, that loss isn't nearly as bad as you want to think. Okay. It's worse if the Nikkei goes down. And that was the first indication something's happening. Yep, it does. And so it's 38. It's at Dow Jones, Nasdaq is at 38, 842.24. Lost 895 points, not 1,000, not over 1,000. They did not close it, like if you remember when back in 2020, they locked down the government, they locked everything down because of the pandemic. It lost 1,000 points and they shut the stock market down. They haven't done that. They did shut down the Korean stock market. Disney shares are running at 89.21, which is under $90. Tesla has lost a lot in the last. I mean, it goes. If you ever watch Tesla stock, it goes way up, and it goes down, and it goes way up, and it goes down. I mean, it's a seesaw. It's kind of weird. This isn't good news, but with the jobs report being as bad as it is, and the promise of more bullshit if Kamala Cow gets in, this might be as a result of, people, stockbrokers and people being worried. Okay, let me explain something. It could be about the war in the Middle East. All right. It could be. All right, I'm not kidding. It could be about Kamala Harris. I think that has a lot to do with it. It could be in any number of issues that made this happen. And my best advice as an investor is this: don't panic. Don't do what people are doing. Don't panic. If you invest in the stock market, you're in for the long haul. Okay, you're in for the long haul. And so I'm not panicking. I'm looking at it going, look, the world was a lot different then than it is now. Back, between, almost 100 years ago, 1929 versus now. And, the Great Depression was going on in the 20s. Okay. And the reason why is because, we had droughts in the West. It was hard for ranchers to sell beef because the government suddenly, they didn't have a need for a huge army. So they're sending people home. And, the government quit buying beef, and it was just a hard, okay, so now it's back to 908 points lost. So we're not close to the end of the trading day. And of course we've got riots in Britain. I disagree. I like social media and I like content creation. Just get rid of TikTok. What's wrong with people creating stuff on social media? I mean, stop it. Just whatever. It's the way the world is, accept it. I would say, looking at this, it'll probably end, I don't know, because it's only 2:34. It's got, what, the stock market closes at 4:30? So I don't know. We'll just have to see about how this issue is going to affect the earnings call on Wednesday morning is going to be interesting. Okay. What is Iger going to say? He's going to try to make people feel confident in Disney. I would feel more confident, this is just me, if you would be honest about what's going on. If you would tell us what's happening, and, saying we're here to fix the problem, and then do it. Okay, that's I would wish he would do that, but he won't. So, that's gonna happen again. Like, I am gonna be here. I'll have it online so we can listen to it and discuss it. You guys can discuss it in chat. Well, there's nothing you can do yet. I mean, about it. And, people, look, you know how they were able to sell the lockdown? They scared people. I'm somebody who had COVID. I had COVID in 2022. It lasted 3 days, and I slept, and then it went away. Okay, meaningless. Okay, but they scared people for no reason, and they sold everybody, including the president, a bill of goods about the yeah, don't worry. You know, they sold the president a bill of goods on the vaccine. They wanted to make money. I mean, look, I'll be very honest about the only things that I agree with RFK Jr. on is the vaccines. What's going on with that? And the border, even though he's a kinder, gentler version of get the fuck out of my country. All right. But, they sold the president a bill of goods on this. So everybody ran with it. I didn't want to get the vaccine because I didn't feel it was going to be good for me. I've got lung issues. I've had since I was 19, and my husband was worried about it, so I got the Moderna one. I wanted the Pfizer one. I got Moderna. That's what they had. But when you look at all the people dying who are not only had the vaccine, but they boost themselves like what, every 6 months? Fabulous, healthy athletes, hey Mike, dying of heart attacks over, because of the vaccine. Those are vaccine injuries. Hell's bells. Chris Cuomo admitted he's got a heart condition because of that shit. All right. So they scared people into doing something to themselves that was dangerous. I am not someone who gets scared easily. I've got things to worry about. House payment to make. Our old riding lawnmower decided to kick the bucket, so we had to spend, and we got good discounts on a John Deere that runs like a top. And it's really good on the hills that we've got here in the yard. So maybe we made out better. On that you always gotta look at the this and this. So when I see negativity going on in the stock market, Disney's issues with the financial side, the fact that the acolyte is absolute garbage. I want to remind you guys, there's smart people out there. Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, and other people who see failures of their opponents, Kathleen Kennedy, as opportunity. So you got to look at things like this, opportunity. Stock market falls. We've got Kamala crash on X everywhere, trending everywhere. This helps Donald Trump. This helps President Trump. Okay. This basically, it showcases in a frame the failures of Bidenomics, right? So go with it. Leslie Headland's bullshit showcases the Kennedy's weakness in making decisions, and it solidifies her as a very just a piss poor leader. She's been nowhere. All right, she hasn't defended the acolyte. She hasn't come out lately and said anything, and so it's an opportunity. All right, it's an opportunity for people to look at things and go, oh, we can get something better out of this. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. I say when life gives you lemons, make limoncello. All right, easy peasy lemon squeezy. So there's that. I don't know why Manny Jacinto is being interviewed unless Daniel Logan wasn't available, but he was listed at first. Hopefully I'll have somebody that can observe the crowd and see how big it was. I don't think it's going to be very big. This could be Leslie Headland's last hurrah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know why he's going to be at D23. I think it's stupid. You know, the thing you're looking forward to is the entertainment panel at the Honda Center. It was supposed to be in the backstage lot, and now it's on the Honda Center or the backlot stage, which is huge. Okay, and the Legends Award ceremony is going to be on at the Honda Center too. Harrison Ford, John Williams, and see if I can find this. Wow, Disney's down. Okay, the Dow is now down 1,003. Okay, Disney's now down 88.93. Okay, but they don't feel confident in closing stopping the stock market. All right, let's see what this is. All right, so the legends that are being awarded in this. All right. All right, give us the list. I don't want it. Colleen Atwood, I don't know who she is. Angela Bassett. Martha Blanding, I don't know who she is. James L. Brooks. James Cameron, hate him. Jamie Lee Curtis, ugh. Miley Cyrus, slut. Steve Ditko. Harrison Ford. Mark Henn, animator. Frank Oz. And say Kelly Ripa, know who she is. John Rhodey, and John Williams. So, you know, we've got at least 2 or 3 people involved with Star Wars that are going to be honored. So I may watch it. I mean, if it's televised, and they should televise it, I don't know why they wouldn't. I'll watch it because I always like, you know, seeing the old gang get a pat on the back. I mean, they deserve it. They should give Carrie Fisher a Legends Awards posthumously, as far as I'm concerned. Okay. Anyway, what else? I wanted to give you guys a heads up. Kamran is in the process of working on a script about Marilyn Monroe and her first husband, Jim Doherty, and the truth behind their relationship. And it's Jim Doherty's been run through the mud by the feminazis. Marilyn, and it's a very interesting kind of opposite thing going on here. Marilyn's real name was Norma Jean Baker, then Norma Jean Doherty, and she changed her name to Marilyn Monroe. And it's almost like, I've read the script, it's great. He's still working on it, going to places, visiting where she lived in Los Angeles area, where she died. And it's all about basically her relationship with Jim Doherty and the shitty things she did to him, because she did. Okay. Marilyn, my friends, was not a nice person. Okay, so but she was almost had a dissociative disorder, you know, like multiple personalities. There was Norma Jean Doherty, the bookworm, who wanted children, be married, and just be. There was Marilyn Monroe, the fame seeker, okay, who got used and abused by men. And when I look at Marilyn and I compare her to a she-wolf like Elizabeth Taylor, you could not find more opposite women. Elizabeth Taylor knew she was beautiful, knew she had a power over men, and didn't act stupid. Okay. Marilyn let herself get dragged into things that she never should have. But because she wanted the fame so badly, and yet she wanted to be loved so badly, but she's asking the wrong people. Look, Hollywood, from the day the first movie was made, has never loved anybody. Anybody. See that with what they did to Harvey Weinstein. The moment it comes out that he's an abusive asshole, everybody ran for the hills. Okay. The movie business is filled with predatory assholes, and you have to be extremely strong minded to overcome that. And sadly for Norma Jean, she couldn't do it. She invented Marilyn Monroe and denied that other part of her that was naive, and that's what got her in trouble. Okay, sometimes you wonder if there wasn't a little bit of demonic forces going on, but because look, all right, put a 1 in the chat. Have any of you guys seen the movie Babylon with Brad Pitt? I watched 15 minutes of it. It's about the silent movie era, right as the talkies began. And I was so horrified by what I saw, I turned it off and never watched it again. Why? I don't know what possesses people in the business to behave like they were doing. I don't understand the need for these self-indulgences that are perverted and disgusting, and it's self-indulgent with sex, self-indulgence with substance abuse, be it alcohol or drugs, self-indulgence with swinging the pike of power at people. I don't get it. You don't see like artists back in the day, were self-indulgent, but you didn't read about the disgusting shit people did, and they did it ever since the movies started being made. I just, so Marilyn got dragged into that machine. She let herself get dragged into the machine. In fact, you wonder about the casting couch. She could tell you all about it. Jane Russell could have too, but Jane Russell was she knew what it was, knew she couldn't trust it, had been a naive girl, had an illegal abortion, discovered they made it so she couldn't have children. Okay, same thing happened to Marilyn. Marilyn went into a mental breakdown. Jane Russell became a pro-life advocate. Okay, that's what happened. That's what, and they were friends. They knew each other. So when this script is done, and hopefully Cameron can get finance to put it together, we'll get a pretty good short film on it. I think. So anyway, I wanted to kind of give you guys a heads up because I kind of can't wait. It'll be cool. Oh, what else is new? That's it. I mean, we've got the earnings call on Wednesday, and we've got D23 starting on Friday, and that evening we're gonna have Disney Entertainment come up and showcase a bunch of stuff, and hopefully it'll be early enough so I can watch it, or watch X so I can see what they're talking about. Anyway, pray we don't hear anything about anything stupid, all right? Pray. Anyway, I gotta go. You guys have a good evening, and I'll see you around the galaxy.